But yeah, it's a stressful environment. So it's not something, I don't think I've ever went into a game like, yeah, let's just totally relax.
Welcome to Mind Academy Sports, where we help athletes learn the connection between their mind and performance. I want to talk about a very important topic today. So if you guys can stick with me, then this possibly could change your life and your outlook in the way that you see sports. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the NFL and the stress that comes along with playing a long season. But this can apply to anybody. If you're in a basketball season, obviously the season is long, no matter what your sport is, and this even pertains to life. So make sure that you guys pay attention. So obviously, first things first, he talked about how stressful the season is. He talks about how long the season is. And, I want to talk a little bit about that because, as a running back or a player who's used to, how long a football season is, you got to understand, man, your body goes through a lot. Your body gets tired. So if your body starts to get tired around game 2 and game 3, it means that your mind has to be strong enough to rejuvenate your body. Not only do you need a massage, to rejuvenate those muscles, but you need your mindset in order to rejuvenate you, to bring you to a place of newness, to bring you to a place of freedom, right? So we're going to actually talk about a little bit of science behind why I say why mental training is so important. If you look at the average player, you're going to pretty much perform like your normal self 80% of the time. And by normal, I mean you're going to feel anxiety, you're going to feel stress. Yes, you're going to make plays depending on how good you are, but you're not going to feel a lot of freedom. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like you're going to experience the flow state or the rhythm every game, even though you play somewhat well. So you're going to play like your normal self about 80% of the time. About 10% of the time, you're going to have zone-like experiences where you play outside of your mind. It's just why you train, why you play is because you want to experience what it's like to be the real you. That's what it feels like. You're transcending the environment. You're better than everybody around you, even though people are just as talented, but you are transcending the moment. That's 10%. And the other 10%, you're not going to be playing that well. You're going to feel like you're mentally out of it. Now, obviously, if you're going through some sort of a slump, then it's, you're not going to be playing like yourself. It's going to be, you're going to be feeling worse a lot of the time. But that's typical. Mind Academy sports athletes, no, we not like that. We feel the flow. We feel the zone 95% of the time, even when stuff is not going our way. We still feel this power. We still feel this surge. Every confident thought is now, we are feeling it in our body, and we are anticipating the next play. We are anticipating dominating our opponent, no matter if the other team has momentum or not. But let's get into this. So this is a NFL star, and he says, man, I feel stressed. He says the season is very stressful. So let's visit. Just give me 2 minutes, and we're going to actually read a book from one of the leading neuroscientists in the world. His name is Joe Dispenza, and I'm reading from his book, and I want to tell you why people experience stress, why people experience this lull during the season, and why mental training is important and how to overcome it. So here we go. So in this book, he talks about how routines are basically bad. So I'll read a little bit. He says, for example, you probably wake up on the same side of the bed. You slip into your robe the same way as always. You look into the mirror to remember who you are, and you shower following an automatic routine. Then you groom yourself to look like everyone expects you to look, and you brush your teeth in your usual memorized fashion. Okay, I'm going to keep going down a little bit. So he explains how doing things, the same way that we are on a automatic pattern. And it's not good. because it produces the same mind. I'm going to keep reading. So he says, there is a principle in neuroscience called Hebb's Law. It basically states that nerve cells that fire together wire together. It demonstrates that if you repeatedly activate the same nerve cells, then each time they turn on, it will be easier for them to fire in unison again. Eventually, those neurons will develop a long-term relationship. So when I use the word hardwired, it means that the clusters of neurons have fired together in the same ways, that they have organized themselves into specific patterns with long-lasting connections. Okay, and I've talked to a couple of, or a trainer that's in the NFL that works on athletes' muscles and tapes their ankle and things like that. And they always say that these NFL athletes are on such a schedule. Sometimes they don't even know what they have to do each day. Somebody tell them, hey, you've got this media thing over here. You've got this interview over here, right? They're on such a specific schedule. And this schedule is causing a routine to happen. Come on, they tape their ankles. They do certain workouts, and they are on a certain routine. Well, if you take yourself through that certain routine and you're on an automatic routine as far as your mind goes, then these neurons are going to develop a relationship and you are going to be on the path of normalcy. Right? You're going to be on the path of normalcy. You're going to be firing the same nerve cells. So all that means is, it is important to systematically, number one, you have to understand how to change your mind, change your thoughts, get into these strong states of mind, these confident states of mind, and you want to continue to practice. You have to practice changing your mind every single day, because you don't want them to get in a long-lasting relationship. You don't want to get into a long-lasting relationship with mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Sometimes you get to the game and your brain is not even excited. It's game 3. It's game 4. And your brain is not even excited for the moment. You're just stuck. I was looking at an athlete the other day. I was on the field looking at a high school athlete, and it looks like they were not in their mind wasn't in the game. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to get to a place where you can think different thoughts, you can change your state, and you have to practice this thing every day, because this routine that you go throughout the season is going to cause your nerve cells or your brain to basically fire the same way. Come on, you going to practice. Come on, you're doing the taping situation. You're taping your ankles. It is a long season. In order for you to feel that rejuvenation, in order for you to feel that power, in order for you to feel that flow state, in order for you to feel that rhythm how you always want to feel, you don't have to wait for nothing good to come. You got to feel good first. You got to make this thing happen first, and it's going to translate to your body every single time. I used to wonder, man, why the first couple games of the season I have an awesome, I'm playing amazing, man, but then around game 3 or 4, I'm just like, I'm trying to make it happen, but it's just not happening like it did game 1 and game 2. Got to use your mind. Got to use your mind. Feel what I'm saying? And so that's all I want to say. It was put a little science into it today. Hopefully y'all finished, got to the end. If you need any help, if you're in some sort of mental interference space, or if you want to develop the edge over your competition, if you want to dominate people who are even more talented than you, if you want to make sure that you show up every single time, I want you guys to contact, that information below. I've got my email, I got my number, I got everything. You can send me a text, and we're going to make it happen. And guys, remember, you're only one thought away from your next greatest performance.